too Jurassic, but I'm only kidding. But will Manchester United be welcoming Manuel Ugarte today? Please, someone, just make this deal happen right now. I'm tired, like you guys, of saying exactly the same thing over and over again, but there are more reports today coming out from ESPN Uruguay that say Manuel Ugarte is flying into Manchester today to get this deal finally over the line. The saga of the summer, no matter who you are or what club you are, Manchester United always seem to be top of that mark. Welcome along to Forever United TV. I'm Adam. We are in the sticks. We are in the English countryside. And it's very nice, very good, very nice, very good, very nice. It is. We're having a bit of a staycation here while bringing you all of your Manchester United updates and news as we go through the last few days of this transfer window. It has been pretty epic, but I do believe now we are going to get a here we go very, very soon with at least Manuel Ugarte. We have just got a here we go full-on medical completed for Hannibal Mejbri. That has just come out from Fabrizio Romano just now. More reports from Romano, though, saying that Manchester United are not done in this transfer market just yet. There could be more, and keep that door open and keep your eyes peeled to your phones and your screens because things could happen for United over the next few days. Welcome along, people. Let's get the likes up. Please give me 1,000 likes on this video. We do bring you everything on the go as and when it happens, 3 times a day at least, live, bringing you transfer news and updates on everything going on with Manchester United. Please do subscribe so you miss none of that fun content, because God knows where I'm going to be today. Like right now, I just felt like I felt like getting outside and actually doing a video for a change. I've literally got acres and acres and acres of land around us here, and just on our own. Honestly, Stickville, yes. I'm actually buzzing that I've got a signal, to be honest, and we're able to tell you the news. But hey, this is what it is. This is what it's all about, I feel, and this is proper sort of location work. This is like actually being out on transfer deadline week, isn't it? And moving into deadline day, actually on the go, reporting as things actually happen. I could actually be outside Carrington right now. You guys wouldn't know, because this is what it kind of looks like outside the gates of Carrington. But hey, no, let's get into what is actually going on then. Obviously, first of all, there has just been breaking news regarding Hannibal Mejbri. I just mentioned it then with Fabrizio Romano. We did a show last night saying that deal was done, pure profit. Just to clear things up, there was a few people coming at me in the comments. How dare you come on and try and slaughter me like that, you naughty people? Anyway, how do you think I do my videos? How do you think I go about? Do you think I don't research stuff and know my shit? Well, Hannibal Mejbri is classed as pure profit. He was paid for. He was brought in by Manchester United back in 2000, I think it was 18/19. But because he has been within Manchester United Academy for over 5 years, he is then classed as Academy graduate. Therefore, 100% profit. Well, you say 100% profit for PSR reasons. You could argue the point that United paid around about 4 million for him back then from Monaco. But still, in terms of PSR and the new rules that are out, Hannibal Mejbri, when that deal is signed today, which it will be, because Romano has just dropped the news that the medical has been completed, it will be 100% profit, adding to Manchester United's total, like I said last night, way over 80 million euros now in pure profit academy graduate sales for Manchester United, if indeed Scott McTominay is sold. A few people are actually, I'd say, like fear-mongering yesterday, saying that this is now holding everything up with Scott McTominay regarding Manuel Ugarte. False news, no it's not. And people like worried about how long it took us to get Wan-Bissaka over the line, everything like that, and it would be in over a week. We've got 4 days left of the window. Like, it's going to get done in less than a week's time, innit? Just use the maths and use the logic that's actually out there right now. God's sake. Anyway, just let the people do what they've got to do. What was Wilcox doing as well? More on that one. Anyway, yes, so that is Hannibal out of the way. That is that one all finalised and done. Medical complete, announcement and contract signed. Pictures, expect them on your screens today. Romano will be all over that one for you guys, I'm sure, as well as everybody else. Thank you, Hannibal. It was fun while it lasted. That one goal that you scored where nobody celebrated you because it was a consolation goal for another shit performance in front of the Brighton crowd and getting beat by Brighton again at Old Trafford. Felt sorry for him on the day, but hey, that was his moment. That was that time. And unfortunately, there have been many a times like that for Manchester United. So hopefully, the new crop that are coming through are going to be coming through under, let's say, brighter circumstances and more positive circumstances, because that is just not a word that we have used at Old Trafford for a long time. Anyway, Ugarte, where is it at? Manuel Ugarte, there is news come out over the last few hours. You guys have probably seen it. If you've been living under a rock, you might not have, but Manuel Ugarte, according to sources from Uruguay ESPN, who have been quite forefront with their views and their opinions, and also the news itself regarding Ugarte and what's been going on. They've been pretty much on the button. It has been right most of the time. But yeah, they are saying that Manuel Ugarte will fly in today and get this deal done and finalised, and it can be put to bed. The reports did come out yesterday. We did touch on it, that the deal is going to be closer to 50 million quid for Manchester United to fork out. And, well, are we surprised? I've been saying all along, like, United are going to have to make this happen. Like, Jean-Claude Blanc, obviously, like we reported 2 days ago, went in, had lunch with El Khalifa, for the PSG owner, tried to crash this deal down, thrash it out, sorry, and get this all done and dusted and finished. It looks like that was the conversation that moved things along. The report was 50 million that we heard, 50 million quid, that is, not euros. Let's get them right, because some people have been using them to their advantage just to make sure that they don't look like idiots when they get the pricing wrong, when they're trying to get there first in announcing the news. You know what I mean by that as well. But yeah, 50 million quid for Manuel Ugarte. That deal is going to be signed, sealed and delivered, according to ESPN today. And let's be honest, it wouldn't be a surprise if he did, because the window shuts on Friday and it is Tuesday today. So yeah, 4 days left of this transfer window. I expect things to be moving along right now, and Manuel Ugarte will sign a 5-year contract, which he has already agreed to sign, as every single reporter keeps on telling us, just to fill their little X columns and get their points in on the platform, that this has been agreed for ages. Manuel Ugarte has pushed and pushed and pushed for Manchester United, and yes, he has pushed for United, and it is nice actually getting a player in that wants to come and go nowhere else. Like, he understands where, you know, we ain't got Champions League football. And I'm on the Dorset coast, by the way, anyone asking. Right down south. As south as you can go in England, pretty much. And back to Ugarte, sorry. When you've got a player like that who wants to come to Manchester United, who can see the turmoil that United are in, like, he's not going to be on mega wages compared to what he was on with PSG. He could have stayed there. Enrique could have been gone if they didn't perform this season. He's still got a big contract at PSG. He could have been there for another few years, picking up title after title after title, stocking his cupboards and his achievement shelves and whatever you've got in them big mansions that these players have got these days, and just living the life, really. Playing Champions League football, it was perfect. But no, this is a player that wants to come to a project, and let's be honest, it is a project that's sold. Now, beforehand, in previous transfer windows, if you've got a player that's already in playing Champions League at a big club like PSG and Manchester United come knocking, everyone would assume that that player is coming for the wages. He's coming for one more payday. You know the story. You know how it goes. One more payday for another player. No, it's not. He's 23. He's going to be on around about 100 grand a week wages. He's coming signing a 6-year deal with the added triggered year if that is taken. And he wants to play under Ten Hag. Wow. You know what I mean by that as well. But maybe the United project in all and what's happening at the club right now. But let's not forget who's his agent, who talks and knows more about United from outside of the club than anyone, and that is Jorge Mendes. And he is the one that has been talking with Jean-Claude Blanc, with El Khalifa, with everyone at PSG and Manchester United to get this deal over the line and done. And it does look like he has played a big part again in this. And he would have been the one that was telling Manuel Ugarte what's going on. He'd have gone and spoke to Ashworth, Barada, and the conversation would be, look, mate, and talking to Ugarte, this is Jorge Mendes, it'd just be saying, look what's happening here right now. Manchester United, one of the greatest clubs ever in the history of the game, are finally getting themselves in gear again, and you could be a big part of this turnaround, and you could be part of Manchester United making it back to the glory days again. This is where it is. Your wages are only going to go up from here if you perform, and you're on exactly the same money as what you're on now. Is it worth going somewhere that you wanted rather than waiting on the bench with Enrique? And I said he could have waited on the bench and took his time and seen Enrique off, because you know what PSG are like with their managers as well. He would have been gone if another fruitless season came about for Enrique and no Champions League football. So really, I've got to look at that and say, credit to Manuel Ugarte, credit for his ambition. And some people would laugh at me, opposition fans in particular, when I say that. Credit his ambition when he's coming to United. I mean, we have won more than quite, about 90% of the clubs in the Premier League over the last 2 years under Ten Hag. So, yeah, his ambition. he has got a good chance of winning something because we have got a good record of winning. I'm actually looking forward to the Europa League draw and what comes with that, because that is going to be key for United this season. But yeah, with Ugarte and the news and as it is and everybody, I know I'm sort of joking and laughing around there, but it is serious, and I know you're in here for the serious transfer news. It does look like today could be the day, and I've been saying that every day. I know everyone has joked around, same old stories, same old reports, but hey, at least we put a bit of swaz on our videos, don't we, and mix it up a little bit. But no, the little details that I like to get into, like when people were trying to pull me on the Hannibal story yesterday, just do your research, people, and just enjoy the show. That's what it's all about. And United fans debating United topics all of the time. 1,600 in the room, only 250 likes. That doesn't add up. Come on, guys, let's get them likes up at least over 500 right now. I think we should be finishing at least 600 on the live show when we've got 1,600 people live watching. Anyone who is just joining in, I'll go through the news quickly with you. But first of all, I am in Jurassic Park. No, I'm not. I'm in the countryside. I'm on the Dorset coast, basically. I'm having a little bit of a staycation breakaway, bringing you your United news. And that has been that Hannibal has completed his medical this morning at Burnley, 100% profit. I'm not going to go through it all again. Some people tried to say yesterday, what am I talking about? We did buy Hannibal. He's not an academy player. He is. Just scroll back on this video and you'll see me explaining why he is an academy graduate player, and it is 100% profit for PSR terms and conditions applied and all of that jazz. But Manuel Ugarte, obviously the big news and everyone waiting for that. Ugarte will be finalised today according to ESPN, Uruguay ESPN, that is. So, yeah, everything else has been said and done. There is a story that Jason Wilcox was on his way to Paris yesterday. You've seen the picture on social media. If you haven't, there's a picture of Jason Wilcox in the Manchester airport terminal, apparently waiting to board a plane to Paris. Now, I will take it as, yeah, he could have been. Easily could have been. It could have been a picture taken from United's delayed flight from Brighton at weekend as well. You know how it goes. That story would probably come out. I think we're that far into the window right now, and knowing that this deal is pretty much done, that you could probably say that it is something like that. And we are very, very close. I think Duncan Castles has also just come out and said that the degree was completely finalised. The fee was completely finalised and agreed last night. That is just coming out as well. He was the one that was saying that this deal is nowhere near done yet, and there's a big fallout between the two ownership models. I did say at the time when Duncan Castles came out with that was something that probably happened weeks ago, and it's just being reported now because the deal hasn't been done yet. And like I said, it fills articles, and I'm not saying that he's not wrong. But it's the timing of it that I'm sort of questioning. Why would you bring that out now? It was kind of like an obvious thing that was going on at the time. So, yeah, Duncan Castle pretty much on the money with what he said. But timing of it was trying to make it a bit more of a story than what it really was. So, yeah, when it comes to reporters and what they do and how they put things out, you will notice there's a little bit of a rhythm and a bit of a pattern to it. So don't be surprised if someone else comes out and says that this isn't done yet, but it is. Ugarte to Manchester United, guys. It looks like it is done deal, and we will be saying done deal today. It is going to be Manchester United's last signing, maybe, of this summer, because Fabrizio Romano has come out and said that that transfer door is not shut. Even after Manuel Ugarte is signed, sealed, and delivered, the transfer season is not over for Manchester United. That's what Romano has said. And there could be other possibilities now that Ugarte is done. And we could be seeing maybe another midfielder come through the door. Now, you know what name I'm talking about. You know what is going on in the transfer market with Adrien Rabiot right now. And some people like it, some people don't. But on a free transfer, extra cover, especially for Kobbie Mainoo, I think United need to be looking at. And I think this is what Romano is talking about. And to be honest, it's not just Romano. He has been put up there about saying it because he is the biggest. He is the transfer guru, isn't he? So, yeah, I feel like it is simply just because United are being linked with up-team midfielders this summer. Nothing's happened with Amrabat. He's not moved. Nothing's happened with Rabiot. He's not moved. They are still on the radar and everything is happening. But, yes, it's a case of United now just getting Ugarte over the line and done, which is going to happen very, very quickly. I can see people putting comments in the comment section as it flies up. Bear with me, I'm outside on location, guys, so I can't bring all of your comments up on the screen that I've got. I can just see them flying up quickly. It's hard for me to stop the live chat as it goes up on the actual device that I'm on right now, so bear with me on that. But I can see a lot of you saying, a lot of people saying that this is done. It is pretty much done. And yeah, by the way, Kazi's just sorting herself out, getting ready. She's ditched me this morning. She's not even, I've not even seen a comment come up. It's a disgrace, isn't it, guys? I think you should all get in the chat and ask where Kaz is. She could probably hear me saying that right now and is probably cursing me in the back. But I'm outside today doing the show because I thought, you know what, why not when you're out here in settings like this? But yeah, Manuel Ugarte to Manchester United is done. That is what's happening today. And you will probably see me later on talking about Manuel Ugarte boarding a plane, a picture of him getting on a private jet. And there you go. Told you she'd be back in as soon as I mentioned the name. Morning to everyone as well, all of the mods and all of the members and anyone who is new and anyone who's just subscribed. Welcome along to Forever United TV. You will see me later on, like I just said, talking about Manuel Ugarte. We'll have the thumbnail up with Ugarte in that red United shirt. It'll all be done and finalised later on today. If not, then I'll be back here in the wilderness talking about, is it today again tomorrow? But one thing's for certain, it is going to be done. It is going to be done. But would you guys take Adrian Rabiot? That's the question I want to put to the chat. And obviously, I want to make sure that you guys get your comments in after the live as well. Obviously, we've not been able to read as many comments out. I'd like you guys to get your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Do we need Rabiot? Is it important that we look after our young talents? That being Kobbie Mainoo and resting him when needed. He is our star player and the team needs building around Kobbie. And I feel like resting him and giving him the right development path. Now INEOS are in, I think this is going to happen more. So when you're asking the question, how involved are INEOS when it comes to what happens with the team? No, they won't select the team. But in this transfer window and when you've seen a player signed, you'll have noticed as well, especially when it's a young player, there's been a lot of talk about the progression plan and development plans. Christopher Vivel has been a big part of this in the recruitment side of things. And what you might see happening this year is this structure actually putting in place the opportunity and probably forcing Ten Hag's hand into giving players the right amount of recovery time. So David Brailsford is not going to sit in the wings watching players get played week in, week out and not getting the right recovery. Ten Hag has talked about recovery more than anything else this summer. You can see INEOS are in. So when you're asking about the influence of INEOS and what they're actually bringing to this football club and what they're doing this transfer window, it's not about the signings. It's not about the players, not just about them signings and then players that are leaving the football club. It's about what structure they're putting in and the plans that they're putting in individually for players. So when they bring in a player, it might not just be because that player is right for Manchester United and the way we want to play. Of course, that's a big part of it. But what also you've got to take into consideration is that player could come in and rest one of our key players when he doesn't need to be played. And that's what you might see the influence of when it comes to the game days and why you think Ten Hag is doing this all of a sudden. People were saying last season that we went to this sort of false nine, more solid. It was under the instruction of Jason Wilcox, and that's why Ten Hag got a few results right at the end of the season. That's complete and utter bollocks. He wouldn't do that, and Ten Hag wouldn't stand for that. It's the manager saying it was down to Ten Hag that United got them results and set up that way at the end of last season. Look, you all know what I feel about Ten Hag, and I'm just going to say it as I see it. Like, that was down to Ten Hag. I'm not having anything. But what you will get is influence. Conversations that would have happened this summer between Dan Ashworth, Barada, Wilcox, Vivel, people like this at Manchester United, the new coaches. Look, if we can get a player in that can give this player amount of rest time at this part of the season, this is going to help us get over the line later on in the season. So when it comes to the last stages of the Europa League, you could have an Adrian Rabiot there, starting a game, Kobbie Mainoo coming on in the second leg of a game when we've already done well in the first leg. The last few games of the group stage or the league stage of the competition right at the start when Kobbie doesn't need to play for 4 games because United have already qualified. You don't need to be overplaying these players. There needs to be the right amount of recovery time. And I think with the Europa League being a big part of our season now, I think this is where INEOS' influence comes in. And Adrian Rabiot, a player like that, it might not be Rabiot, it could be someone else. But quite clearly, United have been talking to Rabiot. No one has taken his wage demands. And in the end, he's probably sitting back going, as a free agent, people are going to get desperate near the end and someone's going to come in and give me what I want. And no one's going to offer Adrian Rabiot more than what Juventus offered him. Which was, I think, €150, 150,000 euros a week. If he's been offered that, then he's not taken that, then clearly he must know that he's not going to get anywhere near that anywhere else, and he won't be playing football. It's as simple as that. This is a guy that has actually been a surefire pick for the French squad continuously. So, yeah, I see Rabiot coming into the fray for Manchester United. Everything I've said there is the plus, and is the pluses to any deal happening. In terms of where it actually is, no, United are not close. But when it's a free agent, the deal moves very quick. It's just a case of getting him through, getting a medical done, which he will do because he wants to do the move. And if you can't agree with the deal, then it doesn't happen. But they will get him in under the pretenses that he is going to sign a contract, get that medical done, and move forward as quickly as possible. It's no complications with clubs. It's just the player and his agent, mum, and get it all wrapped up. That's what it is. Is he willing to drop his wages? That's the question. It's going to be that question with a lot of players this transfer window as well. I'm going to touch on Sancho and McTominay next, but please do give the video a like, guys. We're creeping up to that 500 mark. I said, can you get 700 live likes? That's 700 while we're actually live. We're going to get over 1,000. I know we are because you guys are just awesome and you're loving the free content that's coming out to you guys daily right now. So, rounding things up again from where we're at right now, just going over everything again so you're all clear. And if you are just joining us, Ugarte today, Hannibal passed his medical at Burnley. Rabiot could be coming in the next few days, according to Romano. He's not said his name specifically, but he is hinting towards them lines. United window definitely not shut. Jadon Sancho and where we're at right now, we said last night Bayern Munich are in for Jadon Sancho. Graham Bailey has said that, but Juventus are way down the conversation with negotiations, and Chelsea are doing the same right now. There is only going to be a Chelsea move for Jadon Sancho if a player goes the other way. That's the only way Chelsea can sanction a deal and get it over the line. And we discussed umpteen times for this deal about how Manchester United can take a player from Chelsea. By the way, guys, it is 50 million for Hannibal Ugarte, just to keep updating you. That's going to be the fee, and it pretty much is all done. So we're going to get that full announcement later on today, no doubt about it. But yeah, in terms of Jadon Sancho and where we're actually at, this deal is only happening with Chelsea if we take a player. Do United see any players in there? When it comes to the window not being shut and what Romano has said, and United possibly getting another player, don't count that out being a player from. Don't count out that being a player. Jesus Christ, I get your words out. A player from Chelsea. Now, it could easily be a Choupo-Moting. It could be a Chalobah. It could be anything like that. It could be a possible player coming in from Chelsea of the younger age variety. Honestly, you could literally go out and get Lavia and just say, if you want Sancho, give us Lavia. You've got enough players there. I mean, you could have said that before Gallagher left. Caicedo, Enzo, you know what I mean? But if Chelsea want him, I'd just go say, look, give us a player that really is going to impact Manchester United and help us out this season. And we'll see. But anyway, Juventus are the ones that are pushing this deal further. I think United would prefer to sell him to a club outside of the Premier League as well. That's not been brought up much, but obviously is key in a lot of deals as well. You don't want to be selling to a rival and then that coming back to bite you on the arse. It's a stupid sort of way of looking at things, and it's not really massively relevant, but it does play a factor in a lot of Premier League clubs. It's the same in every league around the world and in the top leagues. So it's definitely there at the forefront of Manchester United's mind. And I feel like with how United have been treated by Chelsea and how we've been shafted over the years, definitely, like Mason Mount last season for that price, I feel like United could definitely get more out of Chelsea. And I think if the opportunity comes around, or if Ashworth and Berardi think that deal can be done, then they will get it done. They will. But yeah, Chiesa to Liverpool is definitely going to help Juventus get Sancho as well. And that seems to be moving forward and definitely is an option. Romano has said Chiesa to Liverpool is an option. Someone did bring it up in the chat last night, in fact. But yeah, that deal is definitely on the cards as well for them and would invertedly help Manchester United. So yeah, really, things are starting to bubble up nicely with that one right now. In terms of Scott McTominay, no drama, no issue. He's just discussing them final release details from Manchester United. And nothing else really to say about that. He has said yes to Napoli, that coming from Romano. He is just getting everything else finalised, which will be sorted and dealt with, unlike what some people are saying and completely filling your head with shit. It will get done. I can't see how Manchester United will go down this far into a deal and know that they are not going to be able to get this done, because it would really ruin the relationship with United and Scott McTominay. When you break it down, do you really feel that there is an issue with Scott McTominay and this release money? Because United have got no one else to sell him to. And if this deal doesn't go through and United get these deals done with Scott McTominay, stays at the club, then it's going to be bad blood. It's going to be that horrible cloud over Scott McTominay whenever he walks out, the relationship with him in the club. And he doesn't want to ruin the relationship. He's been here for 20 years, 2 decades of his life as a professional footballer at Manchester United. And you actually think that Scott McTominay is going to be kicking up a stink right now? He'll just be negotiating properly through his representatives to get the best deal. No drama, no worry. Just let it be and let the process just take its course, and this deal will get done and finalised. For God's sake, some people, honestly. Right, I am actually just going to check out what you guys have been saying, because there has been a lot of people. I was going to try and get through as many of these as I can. I can see loads of people commenting. It's practically impossible for me to do it on the setup that I've got right now. But yeah, just to update everybody on where we're actually at. Ugarte today is reportedly, I think, 42 million with 8.5 million in add-ons. I think that is sterling, British pounds, not euros. I think it definitely had to be that, Mark, because that's where... let me just go through this now, actually. I've got the details in front of me. Manuel Ugarte transfer agreed last night. Uruguayan international due to take Manchester United medical today. Understand Paris Saint-Germain will receive a fee of 50 million euros plus 10 million in add-ons of variables. Yeah, so United have probably got their deal out of this. The Athletic also... Actually, let me just go through the Athletics news that's just come up. Manchester United agreed 30 million deal with Napoli for McTominay. McTominay now has to decide on if he wants to... Oh, this is just a roundup video on the Athletic. Sorry, reading stuff there that you guys already know. And yeah, well, that is where everything is pretty much at in terms of United right now. Scott McTominay will move to Napoli. I can't see that not happening because of reasons we just explained then. Sancho, decision to make. Manchester United, I feel, will wait for Juventus. That's my personal opinion. You guys can think what you want, but I do believe that United will be waiting for Juventus because they can get the better deal out of that. Really, when it comes to everything else happening, I think Ugarte over the line today, and then we'll see possibly Rabiot or a Chelsea player coming to United. That's where I think we're at in terms of anyone else coming in to the football club. And reality tells you that United right now have had an absolute mega window. Like, if it works out to be, so it's going to be what, 42 million for Manchester United up front. And then you've got 8.5 million in add-ons to that deal, taking it just over 50 million, which is what Manuel Ugarte, so it's what PSG wanted for Manuel Ugarte in the first place, and that's what they feel they've got a deal out of. United will probably feel that they've got a deal out of this because the add-ons don't need to be paid straight away, and they will only come if he hits a certain mark, obviously, through the season. So United's win in this is the add-ons, and 8.5 million worth of 8.5 million quid's worth of add-ons out of this deal don't have to be paid unless he hits certain conditions of the deal, i.e. certain amount of performances, goals, United getting a certain position in the league. All this sort of stuff gets detailed in to the deal. So United would feel that they've won there. They're not having to hand over everything straight away to PSG, which was the biggest complication out of all of it. So, yeah, 42 million is the fee for Ugarte. That's what United are paying. We will pay more eventually, but it is only 8.5 million add-ons if we hit a certain mark. And that is everything up to date for you guys. Thank you so much. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I think I timed that perfectly, actually. This is Forever United TV. We do things different, i.e. Dorset Coast, countryside, acres of land to myself, talking about Manchester United transfer news. Where else are you going to get that? And for that, you should give the video a like and take it up to 700 live likes, like we said we could get, and we're almost there. And also, please do hit that subscribe button to make sure you miss none of this stuff, because God knows where I'm going to be later on when the news breaks about Ugarte being a done deal, because that is coming today, people. Hannibal's signed, Ugarte is going to sign, Scott McTominay next, Sancho, we'll keep you up to date with that one as the day goes on. But for now, guys, that is your transfer update. August, is it 27th? I think it is the 27th, isn't it? Yeah, August 27th, 8 a.m. early show. That is us all finished, everyone. A big, big thank you to you all again for joining us. All of the mods, great job in the chat. Members, new members, everyone who was just tuning in for the first time, welcome along. Don't miss out on the next show. Subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure you get your notifications on as well. And I'll see you all later on today. It will be around about 12 o'clock, unless we get that breaking news. But for now, guys, thank you. I'll see you all later on.